So what's up everybody, this is going to be my Black Clover 327 predictions. I think this chapter is going to be one that's going to show a lot of Asta's new power-ups. I think we're going to see Devil Union whole new light. Also, I think the appearance of the Devil Union is going to change. Obviously Asta got a new horn. So let's get into my Black Clover 327 predictions. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussion, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, like, comment. 𝚲𝚙𝚎𝚑𝚝 hit me with some false copyright strikes. So if you were following my channel before, you're wondering why you're not subscribed, it's because I literally started a new channel. Also, I have the Discord up. I'm working on the Patreon. I'm thinking about just putting my old videos that got taken down on the Patreon. So that way, if you guys want to see the older videos, it's over 300 videos. Are you guys fine with that? Let me know what your opinions on that. So Black Clover 327. I think this chapter is going to be one that will definitely show us that Lucifero does have some chinks in his armor. Obviously, we know that 𝚲𝚘𝚎𝚅 and Yami were able to cut him. Also, Asta with the anti-magic is able to cut him as well. He got a few cuts, but I think he's going to be struggling a little bit more. I'm not going to say that Asta defeats him just yet because I still think Lucifero can still defeat Asta. I don't think the power of Brotherhood can defeat Lucifero yet. So one of the attacks that I definitely see Asta being able to do is doing that type of anti-magic whip that he did when he was in berserker mode. Asta was able to use the anti-magic and kind of do it like a whip and kind of follow the opponent in a way. I definitely see that happening in this chapter where Asta somehow does that. Maybe he just does that by instincts. But now that Asta and 𝚲𝚑𝚝 are more in sync, I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to use all three of the swords at once. Like I said before in the review and other videos, I see Asta having the three swords floating the same way 𝚲𝚑𝚝 used it when Asta was fighting him, which will be very amazing because all those three swords have its own different properties. It'll be really cool to see Asta use Demon Dweller, the Demon Slayer, and then the Demon Destroyer all at once while he's holding the Demon Slasher Katana. I mean, that'll be beyond epic. From what it looks like in 326, it looks like Asta still has those dots that he has that show how much time he has left. So I wonder if instead of it being signifying a minute, I wonder if it's going to be like 10 minutes or Asta can stay in the Devil Union for as long as he wants. But I think it's going to be a strain on his body, so he's not at that level to be in Devil Union for more than probably maybe, I would say 15 to 20 minutes. If it's more than that, I'm not sure what are the complications on Asta's body moving forward. Also, I wonder if this might affect Asta's arm. I know that Asta made a deal with 𝚲𝚑𝚝 and they were trying to figure out how to heal it after the fight with Dante, and Asta was in the hospital. The same chapter when Asta met Not, one of the healer mages said that they don't know what to do with Asta's arm. I wonder if the syncing with 𝚲𝚑𝚝 is able to change that in any way. I'm not entirely sure that's the case because I get the feeling that there's going to be a small arc where Asta has to get his arm back to normal. Also, I don't see Lucifero taking a huge L here. I definitely see Lucifero getting pushed back, but I wonder if Adrammelech is going to step in now because now Asta is becoming more of a threat. Will Adrammelech actually want to step in? I know he's been aloof this whole time, but he has that luxury to be aloof because he knows Lucifero at the end of the day can handle himself against these threats. Even if Asta could do some serious damage, we've seen that Lucifero, he can still dodge regardless, and he doesn't really need Adrammelech's help. Sure, it was a little annoying for Lucifero, but at the end of the day, did he really needed Adrammelech to step in? Now that Asta seems to have a power-up, would that cause Adrammelech to have motivation to actually start fighting? I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be interesting to see that because if Adrammelech starts actually battling, then Asta would be super overwhelmed. But I think Tabata is saving Adrammelech for something else. He could be the devil that just decides to disappear and go and live in the human world and decide not to actually attack. But knowing how devils are, he most likely want to inflict some type of damage. But he seems so neutral and so aloof that there is that possibility he just wants to live in the real world and relax and not do anything. With Yami and Not, I think somebody's going to come in to heal them. There's no way they're going to be left there on the floor dead. We did saw Yuno still has some type of star when he was down, so there's a possibility that maybe he can move Yami and Not to where Mimosa's at with the little bit of mana he has left. I could see that being a case because Yuno has been saving everybody with his star magic at this point. Hopefully she can heal Not and Yami, but I think the reason why Mimosa wasn't able to heal Asta is because Asta was most likely just out of Devil Union and probably still had somewhat of anti-magic flowing out of him, and that's what was causing her not to actually be able to fully heal him, besides obviously making it more difficult for the main character. Story-wise, I think that's the case. So she still most likely can heal not Yami, regardless if Lucifero did the damage. However, it's a possibility that Gray could go to where they're at and heal them. Doesn't have to be Mimosa. It could be either one of the two, because if Mimosa can't do it, then most likely Gray can. But we all know that Yami and Na are not gonna die. They just have too much relevance in the story for them to die at this moment. With Asta's new power-up, it would be interesting if somehow Asta can start using anti-magic and picking up other objects. Say there's like some type of metal around him, Asta can use the anti-magic, pick it up, and then it becomes an anti-magic weapon all telepathically. I don't think he needs to let go of the demon slasher katana. I think he's gonna have the 3 swords plus the demon slasher katana, and then whatever possible metal object he can use with the anti-magic to pick up. With that, he could possibly have multiple objects to use and attack in different directions. Asta with the demon slasher katana attacks head on, and then the demon dweller attacks from behind Lucifero. I think that's a possibility. Asta can start overwhelming him a little bit. I don't see Asta defeating Lucifero just yet, but I definitely see the turning point in the fight where there is a possibility for them to actually defeat Lucifero is gonna happen in this chapter. Asta is gonna show things we didn't expect. If 𝙬𝚑 can read the devil language because they're 100% synced, I think Asta is gonna be able to do it as well. He might be able to read a page in his grimoire, which could lead to an extra sword hidden in his book. But yes, that's basically my predictions. Let me know what you think is gonna happen this chapter. Hopefully you like my predictions. Do you think Asta is gonna be able to use the telepathic ability that 𝙬𝚑 did with the other swords? If he's able to do that, do you think Lucifero is gonna have any problems when he starts attacking in so many different angles? Do you think Asta is gonna be able to do that anti-magic whip that he did in berserker mode? Do you think Asta is gonna be able to read the language of his grimoire eventually because 𝙬𝚑 is more synced with him? Do you think 𝙬𝚑 does know the devil language, or he actually doesn't know it? And if he doesn't know it, do you think that only devils of higher ranking and above know this devil language? Like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.